killed by the group and other rebels in December. Ross Cullen, Paris.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Thursday, the 13th day of February, the day before love, the day before Valentine's Day, as we're ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports. A little friendly conversation here this morning. Going to be talking about the Nebraska men's basketball team. They've got a big game tonight against Maryland. That game will be at PBA. Meanwhile, the Nebraska women's basketball team on the road tonight. They will play at Maryland. The Nebraska baseball team and the softball team will be in action this weekend. Hastings College basketball teams are on the floor last night. We'll tell you how they did. The UNK basketball teams also on the floor last night. A rare Wednesday night edition of Loper basketball. We'll have the results on that. Plus, there's a lot of high school basketball coming up tonight. We'll tell you all about that coming up as we wake you up and get you going here for a chilly Thursday morning as we head over to the Western Studios. Yeah, we might be waking him up. Tyson Havronic in the Western Studios. Good morning.
Waking is just about accurate for me on most days, isn't it? Where we roll out of bed and, don't want to get out of the covers because it's, 80,000 degrees below zero outside right now. That's approximate. Once it gets to a certain temperature, it might as well just be the coldest because it's awful out there. So I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt in a grand effort to break out the sun. Here temperatures are going to be slightly better today. We should see some sunshine, which, God, say that 10 times fast, which will help out and kind of grit the snow and the ice and clear some of that out. But going to be cold this weekend, snow again this weekend, and then next week just looks awful. Next week, I think we're planning on doing the show mobile from Arizona or someplace. I don't know.
My wife popped in to the office earlier today. She said, "Did you see the forecast for next week?" I said, "What?" She says, highs are going to be around 12.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, it's February." I said, "How many years have you lived in this state?" And she said, "It's going to be cold." I said, "Yeah, it's mid-February. It's going to be cold." I hear your furnace is running.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, every time
it's been running.
Yeah, every time your furnace comes on, I can hear it. I can hear that in the background.
It's a loud furnace.
It is a loud furnace.
It's an old house, loud furnace. Yep.
God. So anyway, yeah, it's cold. 7 below zero as you get out the door this morning. Wind chills down around 11 below. Winds are not blowing. They're out of the west at 5 miles per hour, which is a feather in the cap because it could have been really cold. Last night we had Hastings College basketball. When the people went out, we had some car batteries that even just sitting out in the parking lot from a basketball game wouldn't start cars. We had to jump a couple of cars after the game last night.
Dude, samesies. So I had to go. We had a final rehearsal for the Grand Island Little Theater show that's going to be coming up in this last weekend, by the way. 7:30 Friday and Saturday, 2 p.m. Sunday matinee. Subtle plug for Invisible Eddie and the hardworking cast there. But I was digging out the car and I got a text message and I wasn't really planning on it because I'm like, it's snowy. I'm from Hastings. Maybe I can get a pass. And then the directors had sent a text out that hey, by the way, just a reminder, we still plan on holding our last audition, or not auditions, but our last rehearsal tonight. So fine. I was out and I dug the car out, did a little shoveling. And then just to get the car out was a hassle. Car wouldn't start upon first keys.
No.
Oh yeah. It.
Well, you need to start your car occasionally.
Yeah, you got to start your car occasionally during these temperatures. So it wouldn't go on like first go. Eventually did get her fired up. So the car's finally running. Then I noticed the tire. And because it got cold, the tires are like, no, we're going to go.
Yeah, they usually lose air in extremely cold weather. I don't know why.
So, smart me, I'm like, oh, got this air compressor. Let's go out and utilize the air compressor. The air compressor, oil-based, didn't start right away. It didn't want to do its thing. Then it blew the breaker.
Oh, no.
And then as I was trying to get my adapter to get to the tire pressure thing, the tire gun, I don't even know what you call it. As I was messing with the adapter had frozen solid, and then it busted. So then I broke the adapter. And so all this is going on, and there's a whole lot of four-letter words that I'm sure my neighbors to the north may have heard for the first time.
Yeah,
ever.
you did not have a good day.
It was like a 90-minute straight, and top that all off, and it was freaking cold outside. Top it all off, and I was just like freezing, and I was miserable, and I was using words. Yeah, it was not a pleasant. But we finally got the car out and unearthed it, and you know how the plows go through my road. So we were traversing the surface of the moon, because they had not got to my road yet. So side streets are still hell, by the way, here in Hastings.
Yeah, I don't know why your street is being overlooked. I was on that street the last time we had it snow, and the rest of the streets in town were all. Do they know that street even exists? Yeah,
it's like special street.
Yeah, it's like they just drive by your street. No, we're not clearing this one.
Did I piss off somebody in the street department in an earlier life?
That's what I was going to say. Who lives on that block? Somebody they pissed off the street department that does the snow removal. They just like bypass your street.
Yeah. Yep, 7th looks great. Well, we're in between 7th and 9th, which are two major thoroughfares. Yeah. And so 7th always is great, 9th is great, Baltimore is great. You can get to Laird. But, Little Boyce Avenue, just chilling. Literally.
It's like it never gets cleared. So did they ever come by and clear it last night?
As I look out my window to the right side, nope.
Oh, you don't need snow removal. It's going to be sunny today. It's going to be sunny today.
It's warm up.
It's not going to be warm, but it's going to be sunny enough to maybe melt a little bit off.
So. 20 degrees after having 17 below?
That's like a heat wave.
That's a warm up. Remember, go like flashback 3 Februarys ago. 3 Februarys ago when we didn't get above zero for like 9-day stretch.
That's what I mean. My wife pops in and says, it's only going to be 11 next week. But now you're telling me 3 winters ago, we didn't even get above zero.
Yeah, for like 9 days.
So it should be all right.
No, it wasn't. It's awful. And the mentality that 12 degrees is an upgrade in February is asinine. But that's the mentality we have because we're so used to this crap. Eventually, we got to like stand up and resist and say, you know what? I can go south for a week. I don't have to stay here during this month. You just gotta force yourself to say that. Anyways, back in that 9-day stretch from hell, where it didn't get above zero.
Yeah.
When it got to like, I don't know, it might have been 18 degrees. It had literally felt so warm. I wore shorts in 18-degree temperatures, and I felt great.
There was a guy last night that sat with me at the media table that had shorts on.
Eric?
No. I just kind of looked at him and said, what is wrong with you? It is effing cold outside, and you're walking in with shorts. He said, I just had to come over from the dorm. I said, yeah, but you had to be outside. Here I am. I'm all bundled up. I get my coat off, my mittens off, and my stocking hat
off. You look
off.
like Ralphie from the Christmas Story.
Yeah, and this guy walks in with a light jacket and shorts on. He sits down beside you at the media table.
Yeah.
I thought, holy smokes.
Dude, like even that's a stretch for me. Once it goes below zero, I'm putting pants on. Like I wore jeans yesterday and boots. I wasn't gonna be out there in shorts shoveling my driveway. No. I was bundled up.
That looked like a dork.
Wouldn't that just be?
Yeah, that
That would make front page of USA Today.
Oh, it would. If
Yeah.
you're out there shoveling your yard and have your mittens on and you're wearing shorts.
But don't, because it's super dangerous.
God, that
Like frostbite is a real thing. So
you
don't be a
definitely
dumbass.
You would definitely look like a dork.
And you wouldn't have any legs either because they would be frostbitten off. Don't be a dumbass. It's cold.
You wear short. Don't leave the shorts for the winter and the spring. All right, so that's what's got us started here today. Again, it's cold, so you might want to start the car. Start the car, let her warm up before you head off to a work or school here this morning. This is when I love my automatic starter. I just go into my bedroom, start the car, and let her warm up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, I think last week or the week before, that's the best car option ever. Is the
Without a doubt.
automatic car starter. So,
But and I told you my automatic car starter story. Like the previous car I had, the settings would just default off of the defroster, and they would just go to just circulating air. So even if you started it, you had to turn on heat and defrost. Otherwise, it would just blow air and circulate air. So it didn't really do a damn thing. I still had to go out and turn on the settings.
yeah, that's worthless.
Yeah, it was basically, and it was all in the car itself. It wasn't necessarily in the automatic starter. The automatic starter worked just fine, but the car itself, just everything defaults.
You should have stopped in and see Steve, my buddy down there at Conrad Auto Supply.
Well, it was all due to them stupid touch screens and these new features.
Yeah.
The damn thing's more of a computer than it is a car.
This is not the way I envision getting this show off to a start here because I had
With two gigantic basketball games coming up for Nebraska.
Yeah, and we're sitting here talking about our damn automatic car starters.
First world problems, right?
Anyway, a lot going on here today. By the way, I know we already have some NASCAR people in the lobby. Qualifying started yesterday for the Daytona 500. We raced for the pole position last night. Actually, raced for the front row of Sunday's race. Chase Briscoe will be on the pole, and Austin Cindric will start on the outside of row number one for Sunday's race. Now today they've got the twin qualifying races to set the rest of the field, but those two guys have their spots locked in. Chase Briscoe on the pole with Austin Cindric on the outside. They'll start on the pole, and each one of the qualifiers today and the rest of the field will be determined on how they finished in today's 125 qualifiers at Daytona. So I wanted to sneak that in and I want to stay on top of the NASCAR scene here on this show. Since I'm trying to get you educated on the NASCAR season. It's a long one. We start this weekend and we'll finally crown a champion in November. So we'll be talking about it a lot on this show.
Huh.
But that's your qualifying. That's what's on the tube tonight, by the way, too. As we sneak to the TV guide at the end of this show, NASCAR qualifying, the Twin 125s coming up tonight.
So is Nebraska basketball and just about anything else. There's so much good TV options, so you're going to need split screen or you're going to need Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill to give you multiple different TV options tonight because there's a lot going on.
Well, you told me yesterday it was the boring time of the year.
Well, then you got Huskers. You got back-to-back Husker games tonight. Literally a doubleheader.
Yeah, we got the Nebraska women. They'll play at Maryland beginning at 5:30. And then the Husker men will host Maryland beginning at 7:30 tonight. So the Huskers on BTN. A doubleheader with the Huskers and the Maryland Terrapins. Both games are huge.
Yeah.
Both games are huge.
Yeah, you got the women now on the officially the last four out of the bracket. Saw that yesterday. Women are last four out. Men have worked their way in from being the last four in to the last four out to the last four in to now a 10 seed. Just in the span of about 4 games or so. So it's amazing how quick how quick things can flip when you get to the home stretch here on the college basketball side of things. But yeah, 2 big back-to-back games for Big Red here tonight. And then there's also for you hockey fans out there, the World Four is still continuing. Great game last night between Canada and Sweden. Looked like Canada had it in the bag and was just doing Canada things. And then Sweden marches back, and Canada forced to win it in overtime with Marnier putting one in on a beautiful sniper wrister shot. It was just gorgeous. So now USA's turn as they get set to take on Finland tonight. 7 o'clock. It'll be on ESPN. So yeah, your tube options are full, and we had all of the sports that were going on, and yet I gravitated to, because I'm a fan of the diamond sports, man. You know this. I love my baseball, and softball was on last night. I ended up watching North Carolina, Coastal Carolina in softball action, and that 15-11 slugfest, and which has led to the Facebook post, which you may or may not have seen.
I did.
And my continued soapbox to move these damn fences back. It was 199 down the left field line. 199 down the left field line at Coastal Carolina's field. Are you kidding me? I mean,
how many home runs?
Oh God, 7 maybe in that 15-11 game. It was a home run derby, and it's threefold. I mean, there's a lot going on. First of all, moving the fences back, but these athletes have gotten so much better. The bat technology has also gotten so much better. A lot of comments were referring to taking the pop out of the bat to make the game more defensive, give the pitchers a little bit more advantage. But, as I've always said, $1 million bat can't fix 10-cent swing. These athletes have just gotten really good at the game, and you got to credit that to some of the training programs that are going on, and these women that are buying and going all in on this. So yeah, bat technology mixed with just better athleticism than there was 10, 15 years ago, mixed with these fields are too damn short. You got to back that stuff up. I mean, 250 men.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Give me some defense in the outfield. Make the game fun.
Yeah, put the ball in play instead of just blowing it out of there. Put the ball in play. Make the rest of your infield and your outfielders work.
Shaner's just joining in on the group chat saying, no sports jersey today. Must be laundry day in the Hevronic household. No, it's not. This is me.
No, you didn't go to the closet this morning and pick out that
I did.
god-awful looking Hawaiian shirt that you're wearing just because it was cold. You didn't grab that and say, yeah, I'm going to wear this today.
100% total intentional.
Really?
To usher in, like, it's kind of a joke because it's 18 below out, and so here I am wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, it was an intentional joke. Williams chiming in on the softball chat. Oh no, it's hockey chat. Says that hockey tournament I feel is just so Canada can feel good about themselves. NHL teams can't win a cup, and juniors get embarrassed the past 2 years. I like that.
That's all right. What happens when we take Canada as our 51st state? That's what Donald wants to do. Going to make Canada our 51st state, and then we're going to have that hockey tournament.
So we're going to put tariffs on them and then make them a state?
I don't know what about tariffs, but we're going to take them over as a 51st state. Then we won't have that hockey tournament probably. So.
He realizes it's a country, right?
No, probably doesn't.
You can't make it a state.
He's going to take it over. He says.
There are already different territories. Anyways,
we're not going to go down that. We're not going to go down that road. Not worth it. Not worth it today. 7:17. By the way, if you'd like to join us today, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. You can always use that line to get in touch with the show, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on one of the social media sites, we're monitoring that as well. Again, thanks for listening to us, whether you're online at x-streamsports.com, maybe listening to us on your smartphone while your car warms up with our free mobile app, maybe on your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, we're everywhere. So thanks for joining us again to leave us a message. We'd love to have you a part of the show here today. And again, give us a call if you'd like, 402-834-1330. The lines are certainly open. It's like operators are standing by. Operators are standing by to take your call.
I do like the fact that I'm sitting here standing by, but the computer is just off to my blind side spot a little bit.
Yeah.
And you frequently have to be like, hey, you realize there's a call, right? Oh, there is.
Yeah, I see it
Let's
pop
answer.
up on my monitor over
You
here.
see it pop up, and then
but
it's
the
on my blind side.
Yeah, the controls are at your house, but I can see who's calling over here, which makes no sense to me.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's just the way it's set up. I can see who's calling, but you've got to get everything adjusted over there.
That's fine.
We need to put the phone maybe in front of you. That's okay. I'll tell you when people are calling.
I got too many monitors going on as it is in here.
Tomorrow we're going to have Jim Sliker. He's with the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. He's going to be joining us each and every Friday throughout the horse racing season. Of course, Fauner opens up this weekend. We're not going to talk about just Fauner, but big races going on throughout the country. You can bet those horses and bet those tracks up at the Fauner on Simulcast Racing. So why not let you in on some of the big races, some of the big horses that'll be running maybe during the weekend. And Jim is going to keep us up to date with a little horse talk on Friday mornings. Feel like I need some hay.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that particular segment. That falls right in line with some of our other programming that we have here on Extreme Sports. So it just makes total sense. So yeah, excited to hear from Jim, talk some ponies, talk about some memories of Fauner Park. That's something that I grew up basically at the racetrack when it was like too old for daycare but too young to stay home alone. It was often with Grandma, and Grandma,
he told us that story.
Yeah, Grandma loved me. Grandma loved her some horse racing. So, excited to get that season back and underway, and always bet on the gray. So
maybe we can learn something from Jim. He occasionally picks a winner. Yeah, he occasionally picks a winner. Yeah, he's one step ahead of us. He occasionally picks a winner. Hell, you and I can't pick one out if there's only two horses running. Yeah, if there was two horses running, you and I would go up there, and we would bet the one that came in second.
Yep,
every
we bet
time.
the exacta the wrong way.
Yeah.
Quick update on what we've got going on over on Extreme Sports is that you well know we've got some cameras that we've started to utilize in some of our sports broadcasts. The IT man is putting together a couple different scoreboard options. This grabbed headlines during the Super Bowl. The graphics, the scoreboard graphics.
Yeah, I saw
Everybody's
that.
got no opinion on scoreboard graphics. Well, we've got 4 options. We want to find out which graphic you'd like to see on Extreme Sports. So head over to the Facebook page. Poll options are open. And currently there's 2 clear-cut favorites, option 1 and option 4. But we'll whittle that down and go ahead and vote.
I don't want to spoil the IT guy's thunder today because I looked at those after he posted them.
Yeah.
Hell, I couldn't tell much difference. What am I missing? Because I changed the colors on my end when I put the scoreboard up there. It looked like that was the only thing that was different. What am I missing?
Well, I'm no expert in graphics, but let's see.
Yeah, there's a little different, a little style of print and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the 4 options. I thought, what am I missing here? They all look about the same to me.
Option 1 is like a little bit more.
Looks like neon lights.
I'd say it's like Miami Vice style.
Yeah, it looks like neon lights
Yep.
on
And then
the
you've
scores.
got option 2, which is like some old school Nintendo font, which is going on. This is kind of cool.
All right.
I hadn't got a lot of votes yet or any. Option 3, pretty simple. Got a gray bar in the background, and then option 4 with the highlighting of the teams, the colors of the teams, and yellow scoreboard. So I don't. One really pops. I'm gonna vote for 1.
I hope the
doing it right
IT
now.
guy. I hope the IT guy didn't spend a lot of time on that yesterday.
I like option 1.
Yeah, I like
What?
option 1. Is that the
Yeah.
leader right now?
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, it's got to be.
71% of the votes have option 1.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the Facebook page. I'll vote today.
You got to vote for.
I'll vote for
Hell,
option
it's our graphics. We can vote.
Hell, we
Do we get
anything
2
want.
votes?
Yeah, we do. You and me will chime in.
That's right.
Yeah, chime in on that. That'll make the IT guy happy. Gives them something to do today.
Monitor the votes.
Monitor the votes. 7:23. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson here today. Again, we'd love to have you join us. Give us a call, 402-834-1330. Leave us a message on the social media sites. Plenty to talk about here today, but let's get a quick news update now on Extreme Sports as you wake up, get going here this morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Local news this hour is brought to you by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where they've been a part of the Hastings community since 1946, and community is at the heart of everything they do. As a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union is owned by the members who join, and joining is simple as operating a primary savings account. You can get from point A to point B and everywhere in between with a low-rate vehicle loan. Whether you're committed to camping or, like Mike, love living the lake life, you can count on the Hastings Federal Credit Union to finance your next big toy. They even do personal loans for life's little curveballs. So, with the affordable low rates, the convenient repayment options, and a friendly staff that knows you by name, why don't you see for yourself what the credit union difference is all about? That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online, hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We will start off this morning in Grand Island, where last night the Grand Island City Council held another round of key discussions impacting the big picture for the city for decades to come, as the council approved the master plan for the Good Life District to advance it to final approval process. The program aims to help bring a sports complex and more retail, more entertainment, and more tourism and more housing options to Grand Island. Grand Island's Good Life District is an area approximately of 875 acres, including the existing Veterans Athletic Complex. The City Council also approved $500,000 in funds to assist the development of an expanded Child Development Center in the old Star Elementary School. Meanwhile, back at the state capitol, back to the topic of TIOSA, the state school funding formula. We have focused on this all week for good reason, as it is currently being debated by the Education Committee. Governor Jim Pillen testified before the Nebraska Legislature's Education Committee yesterday in favor of the bill, which aims to provide Nebraskans with additional property tax relief by altering the TIOSA formula. TIOSA has been Nebraska's school funding formula since 1990. Primary function to provide state equalization to schools where the needs exceed budget resources. During his testimony, Governor Pillen pointed out that since the year 2000, school district taxes have increased from $1 billion to over $3 billion, and in that same time, the number of equalized schools has dropped significantly from 226 to just 60. During his testimony, Governor Pillen said, quote, Nebraska students and taxpayers need stability in funding. School districts often live under uncertain budget circumstances. It is difficult to project the amount of dollars that will come from TIOSA as property tax valuations continue to rise across the state. Pillen goes on to say, providing stability to the TIOSA formula is necessary and will require consistent review and consideration. We must, he says, start managing the formula and not allowing the formula to manage us. End quote. Governor Pillen and Senator Hughes both emphasized that ensuring local control among school districts was paramount to this legislation. And earlier this week was Safer Internet Day, and the Nebraska State Patrol Tech Crimes Unit and Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force urged parents to get engaged with their kids' online activity. Safer Internet Day has grown into a worldwide effort since starting in 2004. The program delivering tips for safe practices online, information for teachers and schools, and guides to how to talk to your kids about maintaining safety in the internet age. A little bit different than the birds and bees talk we all got. This year's Safer Internet Day focused on several important topics, including generative AI, media literacy and critical thinking, picking on peers, wellness, identity and self-respect, scams, predators, and creeps. Safer Internet Day earlier this week. Remember to be safe while surfing online. 7:29, we'll flip things back over to you, my good man. What's going on in sports?
Well, the Nebraska men's basketball team will play host to Maryland tonight at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Huskers have won 4 games in a row after Sunday's 79-71 victory over Ohio State. They are 16-8 on the season, 6-7 in the conference. Maryland has won 5 of their last 6. They are 18-6 overall. They're 8-5 in the league. Maryland beat Nebraska 69-66. On January the 19th in College Park. Tip-off tonight will be at 7:30 on BTN. The Nebraska women's basketball team will play at Maryland tonight. Huskers will be looking to break a 3-game losing streak after dropping an 81-66 decision to Iowa on Monday. The Terps are 19-5. They're 9-4 in the league after a successful 2-0 West Coast road trip to Oregon and Washington. Tip-off will be at 5:30 tonight, also on BTN. The Nebraska baseball team will open the season tomorrow against UC Irvine in the MLB Desert Invitational in Scottsdale, Arizona. First pitch will be at 2. The softball team will play in the Troy Cox Classic in Las Cruces, New Mexico this weekend. Huskers will play Texas A&M Corpus Christi tomorrow at 10, followed by a game against New Mexico State at 3. Hastings College women's basketball team won their 6th straight game last night with an 84-49 win over Concordia at Lynn Farrell Arena. It's the largest margin of victory in the series dating back to 2005. The Broncos held the Bulldogs to just 27% shooting, including 5 of 29 in the second and third quarters. Rachel Gooden and Mariah Avila had 12 points, 5 rebounds apiece. McKenna Yates and Bailey Kissinger had 10 points apiece. Hastings is now 19-6 on the season. They're 14-5 in the conference. They'll play host to Northwestern on Saturday. Hastings College men's basketball team lost to Concordia 94-71. The Broncos were in the game until halftime. It was 45-40. Concordia had the lead, but then the Bulldogs opened up the second half on a 29-5 run to take control of the ballgame. Christian Pujols finished with 16 points for the Broncos. Hastings is now 3-21 on the season, 2-15 in the conference. They'll also play Northwestern on Saturday. Hastings College is ranked number 24 this week in the NAIA women's basketball coaches top 25 poll. Dordt is ranked number 1. Briarcliff is 5th, and Dakota Wesleyan is 16th. In the men's poll, Dordt is 7th, Concordia is 12th, and Northwestern is 13th. The UNK men's basketball team beat Newman University 79-66 last night. The Lopers are now 9-13. They're 7-7 in the league. The women beat Newman 69-42. The Lopers are now 18-5. They're 11-3 in the league. Both teams will host Emporia State coming up on Saturday. High school basketball action tonight. Waverly will play at Hastings High. Girls game tonight will be at 5:30. The boys will follow at 7. We'll have the action here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 5:15. Also tonight, Grand Island Central Catholic will be in town to take on Hastings St. Cecilia. Adams Central will be on the road tonight playing at Lexington. That's a check on your sports headlines. 7:33 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Starting off this Thursday, well below zero, but we are going to warm up to the mid-20s today with plenty of sunshine. Winds should be fairly on the light side. We will see some gusts to 20, but that's an improvement. Overnight tonight, we're down to 10 degrees. On Friday, we'll warm up to close to 40 degrees. We'll have some fog. We will melt some of that snow, but then the focus turns to Friday night to Saturday, where we have the next chance for snow and more cold air on the way for the weekend.
Right now, we've got west winds 5 miles per hour. It's clear, 7 below zero in Hastings. The wind chill is at -11 from Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities. including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success. And now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Havronik, good morning, and welcome to Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports for this Thursday, the day before Valentine's Day, 13th day of February, as we start your day. I was just looking at some of the tweets and comments that are rolling in. We told you that Chase Briscoe was going to start on the pole for the Daytona 500 this Sunday. First time that Toyota has been on the pole.
There you go.
I'm giving you all kinds of information, racing stuff here today. First time that Toyota will start from the pole position for the Daytona 500.
Yeah, Amber was a little bit late to the party today. It was giving us some information on the duels last night.
No, the duels are tonight.
Yeah, duels are tonight, whatever the last night was.
Last night was qualifying for the front row.
Last night was qualifying for the for the race. Okay, I'm all caught up. Anyways, you had given us all that information. Amber was pointing that out during the break. That Briscoe is starting from the front row. We've also got some more comments coming in from the graphic debate, which has stirred up today, thanks to a poll that we've circulated on social media. Agreeing with Mike that not a whole lot difference in the options. Does like the camera angle during the basketball games for AC and Minden the other night. Could see 98% of the court, so good effort on the cameras.
That's something new we've added to our high school sports. Yeah. Not only do you get to listen to us on our all of our sites, now we have a video option, so as much as we can, we'll set up a camera and you can watch the action from the gym just like we're watching it. And we had it the other night over in Minden.
Yeah.
Everybody liked the camera angles. I was just slightly off to the left in Minden because of the way the place was built and where we were at. So I was just a little bit off to the left.
Your
so
location matters?
Yeah, evidently location matters when I place my camera. So thanks, I appreciate that. 98% of the court was seen by the folks, and obviously a lot of people are watching us now online. The little video aspect of things. So
and I've said it from the get-go, like the more people can see what's going on is the better. And it sounds very back-ass words for two old radio guys to be talking about being live streamed every single morning on camera to make sure our faces are pretty and we look halfway decent and we don't just grab a Hawaiian shirt right before the show starts and throw it on. People notice when I'm not in a sports jersey. People get to see us and get to interact with us on a daily basis, and that's giving the audience just more and more options and ways they can not only listen to the show but watch. And then bringing that onto the sports front, that was a no-brainer. And IT guy went hard at work to figure out, okay, well, how can we have a camera system operational when we don't have any camera operators? Lo and behold, we found a 360 camera that is from everything that I've watched and everything I've seen from your basketball coverage this year, Mike, is doing a real damn fine job. Obviously dependent on Wi-Fi availability and what gyms and locations we're at the time, but the camera setup has done really well, and it's just really it just adds a little bit extra that we've been giving you here on Extreme Sports. So we continue to grow, we continue to do new and fancy things, and now we've got the camera situation figured out. Now we're just debating on sports graphics, like what's the scoreboard graphic going to look like. So
we got another thing that's coming up is going to be amazing. It's going to be for the summer months. I'll just give you a little tease. We got something coming up with our cameras and our streaming service coming up this summer that's going to be really kind of neat. And we'll tell you about that. We'll launch that here soon.
During
tell you about
baseball
that
season?
Oh, it's not even going to be baseball related. I'll give you that much of a hint. Not going to be even baseball related.
Mind blown.
I know, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. Well,
and it's obviously a top secret because I don't even know it. So
I know you don't know anything about it because I don't know all the details yet. Scott Frost. Frost is putting together his staff down at Central Florida. Of course, he's taken over for the second time to lead the Knights. It's going to have a Nebraska flavor to it.
Sure.
I saw his staff yesterday. Steve Cooper is going to be on the staff. He's going to be the offensive coordinator. He was an offensive analyst for Scott Frost when he was at Nebraska. So that's one guy, Steve Cooper. Okay. Mike Dawson is another name that you might be familiar with.
That rings a bell.
He's going to be the defensive run game coordinator and coaching the edge rushers. He was with Scotty Boy in Lincoln, a couple of different possessions. But Mike Dawson will be on Scott's staff down there. Also, Zach Duvall. Remember him? Okay. He's the director of strength and conditioning now at Central Florida. He is with Scott in the same role with the Huskers. And let's see, Scotty has also brought on Sean Beckton Sr. as the associate head coach and wide receivers coach. He's a former player and coach for the Knights. He's also hired his former quarterback that he had during his previous stint with Central Florida, Mackenzie Milton. He'll be the quarterback's coach. The defensive coordinator's position hasn't been named yet, but the guy's expected to have the leading job there is going to be a guy by the name of Alex Grinch. He was with the Washington State and Oklahoma, also with Iowa. He had a brief stint with USC that didn't end well. He was given the axe at USC. But anyway, he's going to be the defensive coordinator for Central Florida. So the staff down there is going to have a little Nebraska flavor to it, as you might expect.
Speaking of defensive coordinators, did you see the Buckeyes making headlines.
Yeah, they're bringing in a former NFL head coach.
Yep. Matt Patricia.
Yeah, he's going to be the new
former
defensive
Lions coach before Campbell took over.
Yeah. He's going to replace.
For Ohio State.
He's going to replace Jim Knowles, who left the Buckeyes after they won the national championship. He's moving on to be the defensive coordinator at Penn State. Matt Patricia, he was with the New England Patriots during their Super Bowl runs, and like you mentioned, he was also the head coach of the Lions. He got fired after going 13-29-1 in his third season with the Lions. So now he's going to be the Ohio State Buckeyes defensive coordinator.
Got a message from Timmy Boy. Hang on here.
What's Timmy want? Good to see he's up and going. But yeah, all the schools were closed down yesterday, so everybody's back in our room today. Thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining us. The room is full today. A lot of our people that follow this show are school related. So they all have to go back to work again today. God.
Timmy Boy's just making fun of Frost.
Why?
Oh, asking if he's hired someone to escort him home from the bar every night.
I knew that was coming. Hopefully one of those guys is his buddy.
Yeah, and say, hey,
Mike Dawson.
Let's not do Margarita Mondays right before we have a big recruiting call.
Steve Cooper. Zach Duvall. Hopefully they're his buddy. Get him home.
Yeah.
Maybe he's turning over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Maybe he's turning over a new leaf. He had a couple of years off.
Well, you can go home to the wife now.
Yeah, she's down there.
You go home to the wife now instead of go out to the bar every night.
You don't know that for a fact.
I have no idea, but...
that's just the rumors going around. You don't know that for a fact.
I don't know that for a fact.
But that's the rumors that were going
they're
around.
out there, so we might as well address it. Yeah.
We have no facts.
Zero. There's zero substance behind any of that. But Nebraska was so terrible that I can safely say clearly that wasn't an operation that was done sober.
It wasn't running it wasn't running like a fine-tuned watch.
It was not.
There
was issues. There was roadblocks. There was speed bumps. I think, as he put it so eloquently in his press conference, we had some roadblocks. Yeah, there's obviously a couple big ones.
The Nebraska men's basketball team will play Maryland tonight. And Fred Hoiberg talked with us yesterday, and Coach says obviously Maryland is a good basketball team that's playing well right now.
5 out of 6, including a 20-point win on the road at Illinois. So, their only loss was on the road at Ohio State, where they had a double-digit lead in the second half. So this is a team that's really clicking right now. Their guards all shoot it extremely well, and that front line, is as talented as any in the league. So, we just got to go out there and play with great effort, throw everything we got, hopefully give ourselves a chance.
And the coach says his team has been playing well down the stretch.
For us, I think the big reason we've played well lately is, the effort and the edge that we have played with right out of the gate. And, even that one game we didn't against Washington, that turnaround that we had, fighting through adversity and responding, to a tough situation, the guys handled that beautifully. So, just the biggest thing for us the last couple of years in the month of February, I just, our guys have figured some things out. Our offense has been better. We've been screening better. Our cutting has been better. And, that stuff all pays off, especially when you're playing close games. Every possession matters. And, the scouting report, we've got good scout discipline right now. We've got scout victories on some things offensively that we put in, to try to go attack, against whatever defense we're playing against. This Maryland team, obviously, they're a little bit different than, teams we played. It's more, UCLA and Oregon, with their pressure, changing up defenses, so they're switching. That type of thing. But, what doesn't change is you have to play with great pace. Whatever the defense is, you have to shift it. You have to get that ball side to side. And you can't just get stagnant. I thought we had a little bit of that when Juwan got in foul trouble at the end of the first half against Ohio State. But other than that, I thought we were pretty darn good.
Huskers have won 4 games in a row after losing 6 games in a row. And the coach says they're playing a lot better. They've got more of an edge on defense here. recently.
We played good stretches of basketball even on that slide. We lost 4 close games and, got it handed to us twice. But, we found a way to win a close one against Illinois. And our guys, that was important to believe and give them confidence that they can close out a tight game against a really good opponent. I think a top 15 opponent at the time. So, and then you go on the road and you win a couple, and that breeds confidence. So, that's the biggest thing I've seen is just that, we're playing with the swagger again. We're playing with, with an intensity on the defensive end, which is why we were good early on in the season. So, I think overall consistency in this league, you have to have it for the majority of the game. And if you do, you're going to have a chance. And then it's about executing, in your late game package and your late game stuff. And our guys have done a phenomenal job of that, during this 4-game winning streak.
And Maryland beat Nebraska earlier this year, 69-66 in College Park. Tip-off tonight, 7:30 on BTN. The Nebraska women will play the first game against Maryland at 5:30, but they're going to be at Maryland. The Nebraska men will be at home at PBA.
Who screwed up that scheduling process? You got Nebraska women at Maryland. Meanwhile, Maryland at Nebraska for Big Ten. Wouldn't it have been easier on budgets and travel plans just to bring them over together?
Yeah, hop on the plane.
Hop on the plane.
Probably got room. So anyway, that's the way that's going to be. It's going to be a men's basketball doubleheader though tonight. Just 2 different sites.
Yep. So big opportunity for the Big Red, and hoping to twist the arm from my bosses to let me bring out the tube tonight over at First Street Brewing Company. So hopefully we'll have some pints and some Husker happiness.
That sounds good to me.
Right?
Why not?
Swing on down.
We'll have high school basketball coming up tonight here on Extreme Sports. We'll be up at Hastings High for Hastings High and Waverly. The girls' game will be at 5:30 tonight. The boys will follow at 7 on the air at 5:15 with a pregame show. The other 2 schools also in action tonight. Grand Island Central Catholic in town to take on Hastings St. Cecilia. Adams Central is going to play at Lexington tonight. The Patriot boys will have to play without the services of Hunter Nepple tonight. He injured a knee in the ball game on the other night, Tuesday night, over in Minden. So he's not expected to play tonight. So that's a big blow for the Patriot offense as they play at Lexington tonight. Hopefully they don't need him. Hopefully the rest of the guys can step up in his absence and we get Hunter back on the floor as soon as possible. I know the Patriots have a game at the Heartland Hoops Classic on this Saturday against Ashland Greenwood. I don't know if he'll be available for that game or not. Wow. But big blow for the Patriots. Hopefully he can get back on the floor before the postseason gets underway.
Yeah, he's a big piece. Not only on the offensive side, but
he's just a big piece.
He's a big piece for that entire operation for that basketball program. So I hope he gets back up to speed quickly.
He's big anyway. He's 6 foot, whatever he is. 6'7". I don't know how big he is. 6'6", 6'7", 6'8".
6'6" with range, like
6'9".
That's a combination that's really tough to guard. So yeah, we'll wish for him to get back to full speed, back to quick health, and hopefully he can get back at least for the Heartland Hoops Classic, because that's you're heading out to the Heartland Event Center to put eyeballs on that kid.
Could be iffy though.
And yeah.
Could be iffy. Hopefully he'll be back by postseason play. So I'm hoping for.
There you go.
All right, 7:53. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
News this hour brought to you by Hastings Federal Credit Union, where they've been lighting the way to financial success since 1946. Hastings Federal Credit Union, proud to be your trusted long-term financial partner. Committed to providing the highest level of quality services, the credit union provides banking services to all those living or working in Adams, Clay, Webster, Nuckolls, Thayer, and Fillmore counties. And with affordable loan rates, mobile banking, and a friendly staff that treats you like family, well, why would you go anywhere else? I don't know. That's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online, hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We'll start off this morning at the council chambers in Grand Island, 20 miles to the north, where last night the Grand Island City Council held another round of key discussions impacting the big picture for the city for decades to come, as the council approved the master plan for the Good Life District and advanced it to final approval process. The program aims to help bring a sports complex, more retail and entertainment and tourism and housing options to the city. Grand Island's Good Life District is an area approximately 875 acres, including the existing Veterans Athletic Complex. The City Council also approved $500,000 in funds to assist in the development of an expanded child development center in the Old Star Elementary School. Meanwhile, back to schools and the topic of TIOSA. The state school funding formula continues to be debated by the state's Education Committee, where earlier this week Governor Jim Pillen testified before the Education Committee in favor of a bill which aims to provide Nebraskans with additional property tax relief by altering the TIOSA formula. TIOSA has been Nebraska's school funding formula since 1990. Its primary function to provide state equalization to schools where the needs exceed budget resources. During the governor's testimony, he pointed out that since the year 2000, school district taxes have increased from $1 billion to $3 billion, and in that same time, the number of equalized schools has dropped from 226 to just 60. During his testimony, Governor Pillen said, quote, "Nebraska students and taxpayers need stability in funding. School districts often live under uncertain budget circumstances. It is difficult to project the amount of dollars that will come from TIOSA as property tax valuations continue to rise across the state." Pillen goes on to say providing stability to the TIOSA formula is necessary and will require constant review and consideration. We must start managing the formula and not allowing the formula to manage us, end quote. Both he and the introducer of the measure, Senator Hughes, emphasized that ensuring local control among school districts was paramount to the legislation. It's coming up on 7:57. We'll turn things back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, the Hastings College women's basketball team won their sixth straight game last night with an 84-49 win over Concordia at Lynn Farrell Arena. It's the largest margin of victory in the series dating back to 2005. The Broncos held the Bulldogs at just 27% shooting, including 5 of 29 in the second and third quarters. Rachel Gooden and Mariah Avila had 12 points and 5 rebounds apiece. McKenna Yates and Bailey Kissinger had 10 points apiece. Hastings is now 19-6 on the season, 14-5 in the conference. They'll play host to Northwestern on Saturday. Hastings College men's basketball team lost to Concordia 94-71. Broncos were in the game until halftime. Concordia led 45-40 at that time, but then the Bulldogs opened up the second half and went on a 29-5 run out of the gates to take control of the ball game. Christian Pujols finished with 16 points for the Broncos. Hastings is now 3-21. They're 2-15 in the conference. They'll also play Northwestern on Saturday. Hastings College is ranked number 24 this week in the NAIA Women's Basketball Top 25 poll. Dordt is number 1. Briarcliff is 5th, and Dakota Wesleyan is 16th. In the men's poll, Dordt is 7th, Concordia is 12th, and Northwestern is 13th. UNK men's basketball team beat Newman University 79-66 last night. The women came up winners 69-42. UNK will host Emporia State coming up on Saturday. In high school basketball tonight, Waverly will play at Hastings High. Girls game at 5:30, the boys at 7. We'll have the action here on Extreme Sports beginning at 5:15. Also tonight, Grand Island Central Catholic will play at St. Cecilia, and Adams Central is at Lexington.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Starting out this Thursday, well below zero, but we are going to warm up to the mid-20s today with plenty of sunshine. Winds should be fairly on the light side. We will see some gusts of 20, but that's an improvement. Overnight tonight, we're down to 10 degrees. On Friday, we'll warm up to close to 40 degrees. We'll have some fog. We will melt some of that snow, but then the focus turns to Friday night to Saturday, where we have the next chance for snow and more cold air on the way for the weekend.
Right now we've got west winds at 5. Clear skies 7 below zero in Hastings with a wind chill at -11.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Join us for the Little Blue River Pheasants Forever Banquet and Auction, Saturday, February 15th at the Adams County Fairgrounds in Hastings.
Oh, I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here. Mike Will, Tyson Bronick with you on this Wednesday or Thursday morning. Just trying to get something else to play there.
I was just getting ready to text to see if you were you frozen up.
No, I'm all right. I could be frozen up. I got to go outside and take the garbage out.
Oh, God, it's awful out there.
So anyway, yeah, 7 below 0 in Hastings here this morning. Basketball tonight for me. And again, we've already touched on the TV schedule. We're going to have the Huskers on BTN tonight. NASCAR racing with the qualifying races coming up tonight. I think that's on FS1.
There you go. ESPN's got hockey. Yep.
ESPN
so,
with
lots
hockey.
going on.
I was just trying to make sure we're just trying to figure out if I got everything covered here.
Most of the bases,
I think most of the Facebook pages. Somebody send me a picture of something here. Oh, they got 14 below.
Ugh.
Their gauge in their car says it's 14 below.
They're outside in this crap?
Yeah, probably taking the kids to school.
That sucks.
Says 14 below out, so yeah, it's damn cold out.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Just one more quick thing before I end up my portion of the day. If you get a chance, over on Nebraska Public Media, NPR, an incredible write-up on the battle that Greg Sharp, voice of the Huskers, has been going through with pancreatic cancer. He's got an important day, and it's not necessarily Friday for the first pitch of Husker baseball. February 22nd is the one day he's got on his calendar that he wants to make sure he gets to be present for. His oldest daughter getting married coming up on February 22nd. So thoughts and prayers and continued well wishes to Greg Sharp as he continues that battle with pancreatic cancer. And his quote at the very end, I mean, it epitomizes everything that Greg Sharp is as a person, as a professional, as a human, and as a colleague in this industry with us, saying that would be better than any Hail Mary pass. And he called a lot of good ones with Westerkamp, Cal to Westerkamp in the Northwestern game, to finding Brandon Riley on the sidelines against Michigan State. He's certainly seen his fair share of Hail Marys, but he said he could use a few to hit that February 22nd deadline and to be present for his daughter's wedding. So well wishes continued for Greg Sharp. In any opportunity you guys get today to go out and read through that article, an amazing write-up from NPR. So hats off to him, hats off to the staff that put that together, and as all of us here in Husker Nation continue to wish him the best.
All right, so that'll wrap things up for you Thursday. Again tomorrow on the show. We're going to have talk horses as we get ready for the Fowler Park racing season. It opens up on Saturday. Jim Slacker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network is going to be joining us at 7:30 tomorrow to talk some horses, not only at Fowler, but maybe a couple of other races that you and I could bet this weekend to bring in some cash. Since the football season is over now, we got to find more ways to pick up some cash, and Jim is going to help us out here. So he'll be joining us tomorrow morning. So
bring pen, paper,